Hello, this video is to help with students that are having a little trouble with the F and B bar chord. Let's start with the B because it's a little bit tricky. I like to take my second, third, and fourth finger and you put it on the fourth fret in that same order. So second finger on the fourth string, third finger on the third string, fourth finger on the second string. And you want to use the very tips because you have to bar the second fret with your first finger. Now the trick to barring with your first finger is to use more of the side of your finger because it's more where the bone is. If you use this part of your finger, it's squishy and it won't bar well. So start by putting these down first, and that sets you up for that nice curve. You can see how my finger's nice and straight, sorta, and near the fret, because if you play back here it's not going to sound good. So you come more up here because you have to bar this string, the fifth string, and the first string. So while you're doing that, you got to keep them like that. There you go. Now a good way to practice this, if that's too much at first, you can just drop that fifth string and just come down to the first string. This is still a B, just without the B root up here. This is a B. This is still a B, and can be easier for students if you want to try and just bar the top three strings just to get used to. But again, you always use the side of the finger with the first finger. Okay, the next chord is F. So F, I think, can be played in a multitude of ways. The first way is if you know how to make an E chord, which is just you do your third finger on the second fret of the fifth string, fourth finger on the second fret of the fourth string, and second finger on the first fret of the third string. So there's our E. Notice we have this finger here not doing anything. So if you slide that up one fret, we're all set to make an F. So I think the best way to start is just to bar the top two strings, the first and second string. Again, you use the side of your finger. Don't try and do this where you play on the flat. You want to use the side of the finger. You can see how my finger is playing more on the side and more near the fret. If you come back here, it sounds like this. See, I'm pressing really hard too. You got to get up here and it sounds good. And I even had to press less. So that's a good starting way to bar a chord. You can see my palm of my hand is very close to the guitar, and just setting that up nicely so the wrist has the least amount of pressure on it. When you get done with this and you want to move on to the sixth string bar, you're just gonna, it's not much of a big movement for your hand, so much for your finger needs to kind of press definitely on the side, and it's kind of like a press. I don't know if you can tell, my finger kind of arches a little, so I'm not pressing on all six strings as hard as I can. It's more like I'm pressing, you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but I'm pressing hard here and the tip where the pressure needs to be. So there, that can hard tell. So here I'm not actually barring the middle strings, just the outer three. See that? So I'm not putting any pressure really on the middle four strings because I use these. Okay, I hope that helps. Thank you very much.